Welcome back, people. Hope everyone's doing good. Today we're kicking the video off with a limb session. Yeah, limbs, meaning arms and legs. It's a session I've been running for a good chunk of time now, 6+ months at least. And it's worked well to bring up my legs, bring up my arms, because I do arms at the start of legs, hence the limb day. Now, this whole limb terminology seems to be gaining a bit of popularity on social media, so I thought I'd run you through how to program a session and how I go about performing each exercise on the session I do, and why it's kind of done like that. So it is currently 7:39. I'm about to head off to the gym, sync my pre-workout, which is here, and this is the Fizzy bubblegum bottles flavor. It's banging. This flavor is probably the best pre-workout flavor I've tasted. In terms of actual, like how good it is as a pre, it's still pretty good. In terms of caffeine, how much caffeine has it got in it? 300 milligrams. So yeah, hefty scoop. And then EAAs, I've got the Amino Fuel by Applied Nutrition, Cola Blast flavor, and I mix that with 25 grams of maltodextrin. Maltodextrin is basically just like a carb powder. You might have heard of cyclic dextrin before. Maltodextrin is just a cheaper version. You can buy it in big bags from Amazon. Oh, it's delightful. Anyway, let's have a look at the session, shall we? Starting with a single arm prime tricep extension. So any tricep bias movement, if you want to kind of copy this session. I then supersat that with a rope hammer curl. So single arm, do both sides, and then go on to the rope hammer curl. 3 sets of both of those. And then I get stuck into the leg work. So first it's a leg extension, then a seated calf raise, then a single leg line hamstring curl, and then the leg press, glute drive, adductor, and the Glutinator. Oh yes, the Glutinator. So I'm gonna walk you through the session. Again, like cues for each movement. Should be pretty quiet in the gym today, so I won't be scared about filming. Not that I do get scared about filming, but you know, like when it's a really busy gym and it's like setting up the camera, you got people in the background, and yeah, it's just faff basically. So 7:41, Sunday, it's Easter weekend. If anybody else is in the gym, I'm kicking off. They shouldn't be allowed. It's my time, all right? See you in the gym. Kicking things off with the prime tricep extension. We're very lucky to have this bit of kit, relatively new at Gainz. Now, in terms of setup for this, personally, I always start with my weaker arm, which is my right side, and I position the seat so that the pad is jammed right into my armpit. And then I also want to align my elbow with that green circle, the pivot point of the machine. A lot of machines that you can adjust the seat height on, things like line hamstring curls, seated hamstring curls, sideways machines, you'll see that there's a bolt or a circle on the machine. That is the pivot point. As a general guide, you want to kind of align the working joint with that pivot point. That tends to feel the best. So I'm going to align that point, and then from here, just pull the back pad to meet my back. Again, jam that armpit down into the pad. I don't need to lock the elbow out fully. I'm just coming to there, come up nice and slow, get a stretch on the triceps, pause, drive down. You also want to think about good joint alignment with this particular lift. So what you should see, if I was to draw a line from my shoulders to my elbow to my wrist, it's just a nice straight line here. And the same thing applies for a dumbbell preacher curl. You don't want to let your arm kind of curl across your body like that. And then, like I said, superset that with a rope hammer curl. With a hammer curl, you basically want a neutral grip like this. The problem I find with a rope is you end up kind of coming like that, and sometimes even as you split the ropes at the top, you're almost turning it into a normal curl where you supinate the wrists. So I asked Alex, the owner of the gym, to buy 2 single ropes, and then we've got this gym pin bar so I can clip them about shoulder width apart, and it just helps me get, again, better joint alignment, which is what I was speaking about with the tricep extension machine. And then from here, I just rest my thumbs on top of the balls, elbows in front of the torso a little bit, hold them in position, and I'm thinking drag up to the top position, squeeze there. I don't need to lock the elbow out, just pause there, slight bend in the arm at the bottom, drive up to there. Again, I'm not coming all the way so that the top of the rope is over my elbow, because I could hold it there for a long period of time. I'm just stopping when the rope comes in front of my elbow joint. Pause at the top, pause at the bottom. The other thing to note with this is there's no elevation of the shoulders. There's no rocking backwards and forwards. It's literally just elbow, flexion, extension. That is it. With these machines as well, one more thing to note is you can change the cam setting. So I personally have it on cam setting 5, which loads a little bit more bias towards the lengthened position and drops off a little bit into the contracted position. So it's a bit heavier where I'm stronger and a bit lighter where I'm weaker. So now I'm getting into the depths of this diet. I'm not expecting to be able to progress at this stage. A lot of the times I look at my logbook, I'm not aiming to particularly match the number, but most of the time it lands at the same number. You know, there'll be the odd occasion where I do progress, sometimes actually regress. I basically toggle my volume up and down accordingly. If I was to do a set today where I actually drop a rep under what I did last week, I wouldn't do the following set. That for me is a sign that I'm under recovered, and as a result, I don't need to do the following sets. I'm not trying to build muscle at this stage in the diet. I'm just trying to hold what I've got. It's about being smart with fatigue management, which is something that most people don't really need to consider because you're not training hard enough, most likely, to worry about it too much. But for me, I can confidently say that I train very hard, and you know, there comes a point where if you train too hard, then it doesn't give any additional benefit to do that, especially during a diet phase. During an off season, during a bulk, it's fine. You've got the surplus of calories to be able to recover from that workload. During a diet, for me, I need to be smart with it. So holding numbers at this stage means that I'm retaining muscle. If I see logbook numbers going up every week in a diet, I know something's not quite right, because what needs to happen for me to be able to progress in the gym? Muscle. You need new muscle to lift new loads. But in a calorie deficit on a cruise, for me, I'm not going to be building muscle, or very, very minimal amounts. And as a result, the progressions are going to come very, very slowly, which is why sometimes, like I said, I'll stay on a lift, same weight, same reps, 4 or 5 weeks, and then it might go up by a rep. And that's fine, I'm happy with that. Whereas before in the past, I'd chase numbers down, and because you're so fixated in getting to that number, you end up altering your form just to progress. But if you've changed your form, that's not a true form of progression. And that's why you'll see that my form is very, very precise, very robotic. Every single rep looks the same. I try to make it look the same anyway. You know, if I'm being totally honest with that rope hammer curl set, I did pause it a little bit too long at the bottom on the last 2 reps, which is such a minor thing, but that allowed me to get an extra rep there, you know? And on the last one, I just kind of like, maybe leant back a little bit if I'm really calling myself out. But at the end of the day, I know that, and I know next time that I'll just be happy taking 9 and really solidify that and tidy up the form a little bit. All right, into the leg work then. Before we get started, bit of the old tiger balm on. So this is very similar to deep heat. To be honest, I've not used it in a long time, but my knees feel a little bit tender today at the top of that leg extension. So I just use this just to help warm up the joint, get a bit more blood flow to the surface. Once I get warmed up, usually I do ease off a little bit, so I'm not worried. It's just like that very top lockout part of the leg extension where they feel a bit iffy. And if you've been following me on Instagram, you'll know that I had quite bad tendonitis in both knees, but especially my left. And I finally gotten to the stage where, you know, I can take sets to failure and have productive training. I'm not going to say they're pain-free as such, but it's very close. And I was very close to getting some cortisone injections. I managed to avoid that, and instead I'm just getting physio done. All covered by the insurance, which is very lucky.
So I had an MRI, I had consultations, and like the total cost has added up to over £1,000 so far, but luckily my insurance is paying for all of that. All right, single leg extension. Start with a weaker leg, and then I get my other foot up on the seat like this, pull myself in. Again, good joint alignment, hip, knee, ankle, pull down hard. I like to move my knee on this one. Remember I said earlier about the pivot point, a little bit further in front of the pivot point. Now, before I come up, the start position's a bit low for me, so I just use my hand just to ease that first one up. Come down a touch and then up. I'm coming up to the point where my leg is as straight as it can be. I squeeze the quad as hard as I can and hold it there for 1 good second. And I'm making sure that every rep is like that. So I'm not coming up to the point where I go there or like stop just shy. I stay on it until I get to that fully locked out position. And if I can't get there, that's the end of the set for me. And already my knee's just starting to ease off now. Like I said, just get a couple of reps in, get some blood flow. See, calf raise up next. Very hard one to butcher, to be honest. Get your feet on the platform, get your knees under the pad, make sure your knee is over your ankle, and fucking send it. With calves, I would highly recommend putting them towards the start of your sessions if they're a bit more of a priority for you. If you don't want to have twig legs wearing shorts, they should be a priority. Pauses in end ranges as well, very important. Don't bounce it, don't rush it, slow, get as much stretch on that calf as you can. And the way the way you know whether you're doing that or not is where does your ankle range of motion run out? So just keep letting your heel travel down as far as it can. When it can't come any lower, pause for a good second and then contract your calf as hard as you can as well. Don't focus so much about coming like right up onto your big toe. Just come as high as where you can feel a contraction and pause it there as well. 85 on the damn thing. Let's get it. Ooh, nearly missed the rack there. All right, lying hamstring curl up next. So I do this single leg because it's much easier to keep my hips down in place, and I've got a bit of an imbalance across my hamstrings, so I start on my weaker side. A good cue of this is take a breath in, and then imagine that you're crunching on your abs. So you're not rounding your spine like that, you're neutral spine, crunch the abs. As you drive up, breathe out. Only come as high as where you can hold it. It shouldn't be like that and then you catch it. So again, you're not driving up and then catching it low. Just come up to the point where you can hold it and stop it dead. Nice pause at the bottom, just before your leg gets to the lockout position. Nice pause at the top. Another cue is grab the handles right at the bottom rather than at the top. You'll be able to pull yourself in better if you grab the handles right at the bottom, and then just use your lats and upper back to really pull yourself in. You got to think when you're lifting, if you can generate or create more stability in a machine or a free weight lift or whatever movement you're doing, you're going to be able to generate more force as a result. All right, the Arsenal leg press. Thank God we got this machine in the gym, because to be honest, I think the thing that was fucking up my knees was the other leg press and that hack squat, which I've obviously been running for years. And it's only when swapping to this that slowly my knee pain has got better. So I think it just goes to show that those two machines just don't agree with me. Now, this particular platform has a slight slant on it, which I position my toes right in line with that, basically. Have the seat all the way back. If you have the seat all the way back, it's going to make it a bit more quad dominant. If you have the seat further forward, it's going to slowly, progressively make it a little bit more glute dominant, because you're putting yourself in a hip flexed position. Obviously push the platform away. That slides me up the seat a little bit. Key with this, grab the handles and pull in hard. A lot of people, they'll do this or fucking rest on their quads. No. Grab the handles, pull in hard. And the goal is get as much knee bend as possible before my heels come up or my bum starts to round. Now for me, my heels rise before my bum starts to rotate. So I just come down to the point where I can feel my heels about to come up off the platform. Really hard pause in the stretch and drive up. 4-second eccentric with these. Really nice pause before the change in direction. And I keep these continuous as well, which means there's no pause at the top. Always north of 10 reps because of my knees. That's the hard part, right? Keeping them continuous all the way through, but it's the best way to standardize your form. Because if one week you got 10 reps, but the next week you got 11, but you also took a slightly longer rest in between reps, then again, you've changed your form. It's not a true form of progression. So how do you know whether you're building muscle or not? You don't. I guess you kind of do, because as long as you're taking a set to failure and your body weight's going up, yeah, you can say you're building muscle, but why not be extra sure by ensuring you are progressing your logbook? And if you're not progressing your logbook, then you can assess, okay, what's going on outside of the gym that is leading to performance not moving forward? Is it my diet's off? Am I in a calorie deficit? Is my sleep fucked? Am I too stressed? Have I got a load of niggles? You know, there's so many things that can play into it. And then it's just a process of elimination to find out what is leading to progress stalling. And it might be more than one thing. And this is what I help my clients figure out. Variables outside of the gym that can enhance your training performance and speed up the rate of progress you make.
Fuck. 12. Clean. Beautiful. Fuck.
Onto the glute work now. One set of the booty builder. I actually really like this machine. I prefer it to the Nautilus glute drive, mainly because you haven't got a load of fuck ton of plates on it. So I quite enjoy this. So for this particular machine, I have my feet at the bottom of the platform. This one's setting number 2, where I'm trying to create a 90-degree angle with my knee at the top of the rep. I also have my feet just outside of hip width, and I'm almost cueing knees out a touch at the top. If you try that, just cue knees out, slight pressure on the outside of your feet, your glutes are going to be on fire, I promise you that. Right, let's see how this moves. Shuffle yourself up first, just jumping straight in here. fuck. Oh, it's brutal, that. Absolutely brutal. All right, so currently the adductor machine is broken, so instead of skipping it, I'm doing a single leg adductor on the cable. First time ever trying this, to be fair. I just did my right leg, I just did a rest pause. Oh, fucking hell, it feels not on that side. Damn. 10 breaths, go again. Oh, right, last one of the day. I'm pretty fucked at this point. The Glutinator. It's like a better version of the abductor because you're getting a little bit of extension of the hip as well as abduction. One set here. And the cue I like to focus on with this is drive all my intent through this leg pad. I have the seat at the midpoint, push into the handles. Try to keep my bum in place, but I just allow my lower back to kind of do whatever it wants. It's going to round to some extent, but I try not to let my hips shoot up and shift forward. Try and keep them fixed in place if I can. I did used to do much heavier than this, but you know, as I've done it more and more, I've realized that, okay, I was just lifting too heavy before. It's just, my bum was shifting forward and there were just other muscle groups taking over at that point. So at the end of the day, I'm trying to hit the glutes. So what's the point in lifting a weight that shifts tension away from that target muscle? Anyway, I think I got 7 here last time, but I didn't do the adductors before, and they actually worked out quite well, you know. I've never done that before. Yeah, I'll have to keep those in for a while whilst this machine is being repaired. Oh yes, so rep up. And that's the leg session done.
Now that was an absolute, no, it's not going there. Bit lower so you don't hear me fucking breathe. That was a monster of a leg session. My God, I'm pretty fucked now. 2 rounds of posing afterwards as well. I'm getting a posing session in with a good friend of mine, Otis, tomorrow. So I haven't just started practicing, but I'm putting more practice in, you know, with the anticipation of prepping at some point this year. The posing needs to get up to scratch. The issue I have is in a mirror, it's pretty good. As soon as the mirror goes away, it doesn't quite look the same. So that's what I need to work on, is posing without a mirror, making sure that when I hit a pose, I know whether it's right based on how it feels. It's the same with training, isn't it? Like, you do a movement and you just know that you're doing it right based on how it feels. You don't need to look at a form clip from the side or in a mirror. You've just done it for so long that you know that's how to do it. So this is what I need to get to with posing as well. But yeah, overall, really good leg session. I was in there for probably like 2.5 hours, I think, just fucking chatting most of the time. But don't mind it, I can take my time with the Sunday legs. Post-workout meal is yogurt. This is usually meal 1, but I'm having this post-workout. Not that heavy on the carbs. The only carbs it's in here is from the whey and the fruit. Reason being is because I'm going over to my grandma's later for Easter, and I want to have 2 bigger meals there. So I'm going to have like my chicken and rice meal and then cream of rice as a dessert when everyone else is eating. That's my little tactic. As always, the sticky toffee whey and cocoa powder mix is incredible. Try it. So yeah, the rest of the video, family day, going to be going over to my grandma's, chilling there, eating, socializing, playing with dogs. She's probably going to make us do some sort of an Easter egg hunt, but I'll try and get some content from grandma as well, because that seems to be going down well with people at the moment. But first I need to perk up because I'm in a hole right now, so I'll get a monster on the way there as well. See you in a bit.
Grandma, you having a good time?
It's like puts it up to 7 and then freezes everything. What, Billy in the fridge? It's definitely female.
Give the people a one-liner.
We just got to narrow it down.
Give the people a one-liner.
A one-liner.
Yeah.
who potentially might
Well,
be.
why is it
one
female?
line
I
like
think it's probably
that.
Millie.
No, you can't do it on the spot.
Advice for
We have,
For
we have
Easter.
What's a piece of advice you'd give to someone that's just starting in the gym? One piece, that's all. Just first thing that comes to mind.
we don't
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Wing it.
Ring it.
Learn to breathe, because I haven't got that yet. I can't breathe.
Fair enough.
I just hold my breath.
And
No,
drip.
Granddad's going to have a go.
One day.
great content.
There's a dog. This is my food. We've got beef and rice. Let's see what's going on in the dining room. The table nicely laid out. Everyone's coming in to eat. Nice. The standard. Oh yes.
Do you think like wheat is not good for you?
Wheat.
Sit on his legs. Yes.
Get up now.
Yes.
Right, grandma.
Yes.
Hey, there you
Easy.
go. That counts as our win. Millie's my team.
Oh, there you go. Casper, feed.
Yeah, that's fine.
No.
No, that's fine, Jan.
Just wrapping up the edit for this one now. Hope you all enjoyed. Not much else to say really. Guess we'll leave this one there. The YouTube content is well and truly back. If you're enjoying the recent videos, please just scroll down a little bit, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see future updates, turn on the bell notification. If you've not subscribed already, do that as well. Show the love. And I will catch you in the next one. See ya. Fucking launch my phone.